is a hello everybody. This is Dustin Smith, and I have a new episode of Terrible Yu-Gi-Oh cards for you, episode 2, as I have 3 new Yu-Gi-Oh cards to share with you. So let's dive into it. First card is a trap card, and it is called An Unfortunate Report. If I read you the effect, you'll realize how absolutely unfortunate this card is, and anyone who owns this card is. Your opponent conducts their next battle phase twice. Yeah. Ouch. So yeah, that's pretty bad, because your opponent is able to hit you with everything twice, which will more than likely cause you to lose a huge chunk of life points, and you'll pretty much lose the duel. The only way I can see this card being valuable is if they're later on in Yu-Gi-Oh! They produce monsters that, summon with, like your opponent hitting you twice with everything in order to summon. But at least at this point, this card is garbage. Don't use it. You have so much better cards to use than this piece of shit. So anyways, yeah, that's it for an unfortunate report. It's a very unfortunate card. Next. Oh boy! This freaking card that I'm going to about right now, I have had a utter beef with this card for the long time since I pulled this from a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards a while ago. And it has been haunting me for this. And now, I believe it's time to finally talk this fucking spell card, Spiritual Energy Settle Machine. Alright, so let's read about it. As long as this card remains face up on the field, all spirit monsters remain face up on the field and do not return to the owner's hand during the end phase even. Wait, it seems like a sweet deal, right? Well, just hold that thought, because right when I get to the next paragraph is when this card falls apart. If they are special summon, flipped face up, discard 1 card from your hand during each of your end phases to keep this card's effect active. And if you do not discard, this card is destroyed. And if this card is destroyed or removed from the field, all face-up spirit monsters must return to the owner's hands immediately. Ugh. Alright, so let's break down the reason why I hate this card. And that reason is, you have to discard 1 card each turn in order to keep this bastard activated. Ugh. Why? Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to keep discarding a card after card after card after card in order to keep this bastard activated? Why? Why is it that I have to do that? I'm wasting cards each turn in order to keep this thing activated. That is so bullshit. And all 4 to keep this bastard activated? Yeah, you may think it's a sweet deal. The problem with this card is that you have to discard. You have to discard. You have to keep taking cards out of your hand and putting it towards this thing so then it can stick around. And that's what I hate about it. I hate the type of cards where you have to involve every turn. Now, maybe it would be something if it was just like every second turn you had to do this. But no, every turn you will see yourself taking cards out of your hand and throwing them in the graveyard in order to keep this thing around. That is stupid. That's it for Spiritual Energy Settle Machine. Do not use this card. This card is not worth it. There are so many better options if you want, to avoid your spirit monsters and having them be sent to the graveyard. There's so much better options than this piece of shit. If you want to suggest going for Jam Breeding Machine over this piece of shit, definitely, hands down. And now, we get on to the final card. Now, if it wasn't bad enough having a greedy son of a bitch that, takes your cards every turn in order to stay activated, what could be worse than that? A card that is absolutely picky. Here it is. The trap card Accumulated Fortune. Activate only as Chain Link 4 or higher. Okay, so great. You can only use this card Chain Link 4 or higher. Okay, here's the problem. Not many people use chain links anymore because usually they involve like a certain amount of cards you need to have on your hand in order to use, get the effect off the chain link. So, yeah, already a bad card. Draw 2 cards. You cannot activate this card if multiple card effects with the same name are in that chain. Okay, so first of all, one problem, this card involves chain links. You have to have a certain amount of chain links your field in order to use the effect of this card. And also, if you have multiple monsters with the same name, this card's effect is mute. And that is bullshit. I mean, why? Why does it even have like an effect like that? That's like, oh, if you have a certain amount of number of like monsters with the same name, this card effect just immediately is useless. It can't do anything. It's basically a picky son of a bitch. Because it's basically like, oh man, you have multiple monsters with the same name, then fuck you, I don't want to work for you. It's basically the equivalent of a picky pot of greed. And that's why this card sucks. If you want a better card that allows you to draw 2 cards, either get Jar of Greed or Pot of Duality or any of the other pots aside from, of course, Pot of Generosity. And also, if you're in tournaments, sorry, apparently Pot of Greed is banned. But at least there's still other options out there. Hell, even Pot of Avarice would be slightly better than Accumulated Fortune. Because at least that card is not picky and, demands, like, you to, have this strategy in a certain way in order to have your field in a certain way. Otherwise, this effect is immediately mute and does nothing. So, yeah. Accumulated Fortune. I don't know what to say anymore. So anyways, that is it for this episode of Terrible Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Thanks for watching, and bye.